Hi, it's Megan. So I am off on a new scent adventure, and I have the Oscent Black. And it comes in this beautiful box. And this was originally sent to me by one of the YouTube viewers on my channel, which was really nice. And it was part of a collection of incense fragrances, and it was a sample, not the whole bottle. A bunch of incense fragrances, because I've been really into incense lately. And this one, Alexandre J. Paris, comes in this beautiful black box when you buy the full size, not the sample size, which of course gets my fingerprints on it when I even breathe, because that's what always happens. And then it comes like this, which is going to be hard to see on camera. Dropping everything. You know, I don't like to just start discussing how a fragrance looks before I'm dropping everything, before I discuss how a fragrance smells, but this one is so pretty. It's just so beautiful. And so this is supposed to be, I mean, it's so masculine and rough, and it's supposed to be a male fragrance, but it also works for women. So some places, if you look online, will say it's unisex, and then some will say that it's a man's fragrance. So that will give you a hint already where we're going with this. It is not a light, feminine, girly, fruity fragrance, but you probably didn't expect that with looking at the box. But this is a beautiful presentation. I mean, just really gorgeous. And I got a great price. So the prices range from over $100 to under $100. I got mine for about $49, but most of them are definitely in the $100 to $150 range. I just happened to get a particular deal, which my YouTube subscriber also told me about, which was really great. So I didn't know about this brand very much, and it was a whole new adventure for me, but obviously I liked it enough that I got the full bottle. So if you look online, this is described as woody, balsamic, smoky, tobacco, and sweet, and that totally does not give you any hint of what to expect. So according to one of the sites, it's an oriental woody musk. It's got tobacco, and the story of Oscent, which I did not look up, which maybe I should have, but closely reflects that of a philosopher's stone, a legendary alchemic substance with the capacity to transform metal into silver and gold. So they say, similar to this famous magical substance, Oscent has the power to thrill those who wear it. And it was launched in 2012. Top notes are anise, ginger, middle notes are cedar, olibanum, patchouli, white woods, and tobacco. Base notes are musk, vanilla, and labdanum. So what does it smell like? Right, you can read all the descriptions online, but that's marketing, right? What does it really smell like? So first of all, when I spray it, I get a heavy dose of petroleum, and I am one of those who loves that. I just think it's the greatest thing ever. So I get and it doesn't have oud in it, and when I was reading reviews, people were saying it needs oud. I kind of sensed a little oud on me. When it was first sprayed, it had kind of that heavy, knock you in the face, petroleum, deep, dark duskiness, which might turn some people off for the first 5 minutes, but it really was only something that lasted for 5 or 10 minutes, and then it started becoming a very different, more rounded, heavier still. This is not a light, fruity, citrusy, summery kind of a fragrance. This is one of those that, you know, it grabs you, and you either like it or you don't. I don't think of these fragrances as like fall or winter for that time of year. The way I look at it, it's got a real Middle Eastern vibe. I live in a warm climate. If I wait for the snow and the fall weather, and it's never going to happen. But in the Middle East, you know, sometimes it's warm, and a lot of these fragrances have that vibe, so why not? So I get a big hint of petroleum. I also get a big hint of the incense-ish, sort of, if that makes sense. There's like this petroleum, musky, anise and ginger. I get a touch of anise, but I actually don't tend to like anise in fragrance. So here it's really balanced by the ginger and some of the other notes, the wood, the cedar, which I do definitely get, and like a smoldering, burning cedar and a smoldering, burning patchouli incense fragrance. They say white woods and tobacco. It's a smoldering, burning, dusky tobacco as opposed to that more green, fresh, unburned, you know, chewing tobacco kind of a feel to it. This is all burning, smoldering, smokiness that just kind of works beautifully on. I do get some musk. I do get some lime denim. And what was I gonna say? There's one thing that I missed here. The frankincense I looked up is the same as olibanum, which I can't pronounce. I like frankincense better. And that to me also gives a little bit of a spiciness and an exotic feel to it. That's just kind of how I interpret frankincense. It's got an interesting, incensey, smoky, slightly spicy in a good way sort of a feel to it. The vanilla, yes, I think the vanilla, and I didn't get this sweet thing either. I guess that's the vanilla, that's the sweetness. If you want to kind of get a grasp when they say sweet, what that means, it's just, you know, you're in this like masculine world of cedar, tobacco, a little bit of incense, a little bit of exotic spice, and then you're softening it with vanilla. So this is not one of those that's being softened with florals or anything like that that gives it an airiness. This is a warmth soft that you can get from, I guess, really vanilla and not a lot of other things. But the vanilla on me is super subtle. It's almost not there. The white woods are almost not there. And so as I wear it, it actually dries down to a much less overwhelming scent. If you think petroleum is overwhelming, that disappears completely in about 10 minutes. And instead what I get is that same smoldering, smoky incense, wood, musk, a little bit of spice thrown into it, a little barely touch of vanilla, and it just kind of smolders more softly. It's almost a comforting scent to me, if that makes any sense. It's like sense. It's kind of a stupid thing to say, isn't it? It's just one of those that feels very warming and comforting and exotic but familiar at the same time. So I think that's all I have to say. It lasts a long time. This I can wear almost all day and I'm still able to scent or smell it 8 hours in, not with the same intensity, but it definitely kind of, again, just smolders and burns on your body and wears just really nicely. Is it unisex? Absolutely. Is it more masculine? Absolutely. Is it for everyone? Absolutely not. You have to really like this kind of exotic incense with some real depth. The last incense fragrance I did had some real airy lightness. This one has some real depth to it, some real burning wood. I think that's all I have to say about it. I would love to hear what other people think about it. Or, you know what, I'm new to this brand. If there are other fragrances by this brand that I should try. But what I liked best, I have to say, I tried a sample first, so I didn't see the packaging, but I adore the packaging. What I like next is that it has a real complexity. It's a very interesting scent and unlike anything else I own. And it just, I don't know, there's like this haunting familiarity in the burning fragrance that it is on. Anyway, that might be a stupid thing to say, but I just said it anyway. Sometimes it's hard to say what you have to say about fragrances because they're so emotional, and this one definitely is. It just works. Anyway, thanks for watching. Please subscribe on YouTube because it helps me a lot. And that's all I have to say. Bye.